We got an update on Yohanes Kidane. Man. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you crush that follow button over there as well, if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to get into this story, and it's not great news. As you know, we have been covering the Yohanes Kidane case. This young man who recently got a new gig as a software engineer for Netflix. Sounded like a pretty cushy job out in the San Jose area. Anyway, he got into a rideshare, drove up to San Francisco, and then he just disappeared. They found his cell phone, his bag filled with 2 laptops, his personal belongings, his wallet, his ID, etc., all on the side of the Golden Gate Bridge Welcome Center. A lot of people have been wondering where he went, what happened to this young man. We were all wondering. And there was a lot of speculation out here that this was one big old hoax. Well, we now know some new information, and it's not great news, guys. His remains were found. His remains were found, and they were pulled from the San Francisco Bay. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And they are ruling this as and I have to, of course, highlight this, okay, but ruled as an S, because I got to use these code words, okay? This is just very, 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 very sad. And it seemed like this was a young man who had a lot going for him, and now he is no longer here. But let's take a look at this article really, really quick. The body of a missing Netflix engineer who vanished from San Jose 2 weeks ago has been found unalive in the water near Golden Gate Bridge. Remember, that's where he was last seen, basically. And the police were saying that they weren't seeing any foul play with this. They were, during the reports, they said there was no evidence of a crime. He just basically up and vanished, which still didn't make any sense. But let's continue. Yohanes's body was pulled from the San Francisco Bay on Tuesday, August 29th, after investigators received calls about an unresponsive person in the water. Now, what's interesting is that he was found, basically, if I'm correct, that was last week he was found, his body at least. But I'm sure they had to do a bunch of things like they say here. An autopsy had to be performed, and they confirmed that the body was Kidane's, and ruled the 22-year-old passed from, and I can't even say that, unfortunately, but some serious injuries, okay? Some serious injuries. And it looks like he succumbed to water, okay, as a contributing factor. His demise has now been ruled an S. It's been ruled an S by the Marin County Sheriff's Office. Now, again, this young man, look at his face. I mean, this was a young, intelligent man. And now this young man is no longer here. And it just keeps continuously reminding us all that you just never know what somebody's really going through. Just because he's smart and has a cushy job and is aspiring to do great things does not automatically mean that internally he's doing okay. That's why I keep saying constantly to check in on your friends, check in on your loved ones. I know you can't do it all the time. I know you can't be Superman and Clark Kent at the same time, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to call a friend or a family member every once in a while and just call them to let them know that you are there and that if they need you, that they can call. But again, I want to say this too. There are hotlines. If this is entirely true, it's been ruled that, does that automatically mean it is that? I don't know. But nonetheless, it is still terrible to hear that this young man is no longer with us. He had a lot going for him. And my heart goes out to that family and all of his friends, because I can only imagine what they're going through right now. Again, let me just say this too. If you are ever someone who is feeling alone, feeling left out, feeling like the world doesn't understand you, trust me, there is someone out there to talk to. If it's not a friend, if it's not a parent, there is a hotline that you can call. I'll put the number in the description box down below. Pick up the phone, call them. There's always somebody on the receiving end of that phone call, willing and ready to be a listening ear for you. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. This is terrible news, guys. Terrible, terrible news. But the mystery now has been solved in an unfortunate way. May he rest in peace, and may his family find time to heal, because that's what they need more than anything in the world. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.